Well, welcome to the show. I am your host, Daniel. And of course, this is not going to be very long, I don't think. I want to stress this to this point that the two fleas made. Obviously, they don't know what the fucking law is. Now, Germany has got a protection order in Ohio, and against John and Michelle. What they were saying on their live stream is that the Florida law enforcement doesn't have to enforce it. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. They have to enforce it. If you don't enforce it, you're putting people's lives in danger. I'm sure we don't want to put lives in danger. So we've been going over a few things. Um, you know, I know there's a few new subscribers to this channel, and they probably don't know what the rules are. I would like to, first of all, I would like to welcome all the new subscribers to this channel. And thank you for subscribing and joining my channel and my loving family here at Panorama Computer Services. Today, I will kind of go over stuff from the old channel, and remember, the same rules apply here as they did on the other channel. And this is one that kind of pisses me off. Please do not come on here and tell me how to run my platform or tell me what I can talk about on my channel. Let me remind you that this is my channel. This is my platform. If I want to talk about certain things on this channel, I'm going to talk about certain things on this channel. Don't come on here and tell me not to talk about certain subjects. That's not for you to decide. That's for me to decide. I'm the boss here. I'm the host. I'm the one that's the creator. This is my channel. And of course, the trolls. We get trolls every once in a while. But it's been quiet. But yes, the trolls are welcome here. I welcome the watch time hours from the trolls. As long as you behave yourselves and don't start shit, there won't be no shit. And this is kind of something that it's kind of important. I need just this light. If you don't like what a channel is talking about, simply just unsub from them. And don't add fuel to a fire that's on that channel. In other words, if there's a bunch of shit going on that channel and you don't like it, don't add to it and don't bring it here. This is the main thing. Do not bring drama to this channel. The main thing, do not bring drama to this channel. I will not have it, and there will be no more. If I see it, you're going to get timed out for 10 minutes. If you keep doing it, I'm going to ban you from the channel. Now, I don't like banning people from the channel. But if it comes down to I'm going to have to ban people from the channel, I will ban people from the channel. And this is also important too, is everybody's welcome here as long as you don't pick a fight with somebody. In other words, everybody's welcome here. If you want to come on here and chat and talk about courts and stuff like that, that's fine. Don't come in the chat and start picking fights with the people that are in the chat. Because I won't have it. If I see it, I'm going to time you out, and then you're going to get banned. Unfortunately, I'm not having a hosting thing where I have a host on this channel. But if you want to become a host or a guest on this channel, you can send me an email address in the private chat. You can send it to my Discord. You can send it to email, and I will send you the link to the chat. I'm not putting, I'm no longer putting the link to come on here live with me in the chat anymore. You have to have an email address. And again, as far as stupid and childish comments that people leave on this channel, look, you're welcome to your opinion. You have every right. But those messages will be deleted. I just don't have time in a day to have to respond to stupid or childish questions or comments. And again, uh, I want to shout out to all the wonderful moderators on this channel. Thank you for having my back and keeping this channel free from the drama that has plagued this channel in the past. And the takeovers, of course. We're not going to have all that. Of course, if anybody has any content ideas about the channel, please let me know. You can send me an email. You can put it in a comment. You can put it in the comments below this live stream. I'll be glad to listen to you, to look at what you have, or what you want to see on this channel besides course. If there's a judge that you want me to showcase on this channel, please let me know, and I will look it up and I will get that information. And again, people don't understand that I'm busy doing other stuff. So, yes, if you leave a comment, yes, I will respond to you as soon as I can. Sometimes I get a thing in the email if somebody's left a comment. Sometimes I don't. It depends. And this is very, 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 very important. I want everybody to understand these are the words coming out of my mouth. If you have a problem with me or the channel, do not bring it onto this channel. In the chat, come on here on live with me. Don't do that. Okay, if you have a problem with me, my email address is in the channel description. If you click more, it says date joined and all that other stuff. It'll say email and it'll say panoramacomputerbhm@gmail.com. If you have a problem, email me. Don't bring it publicly. Keep it private. And we can settle this offline. I'm getting tired, being attacked. Being attacked online is not fun. But they seem to think that I said to confront them. I wanted them to confront me. Yes, I wanted you to confront me, but I didn't want you to bring it online. You can email me, and I'll be glad to email, and we can work it out that way. But I'm not going to let you come on my channel. Hi, how are you? How are you today? So, like I said, if you have a problem with me or the channel, everything's fine. If you have a problem with me or the channel, don't bring it onto the channel. You can email me and we can work it out that way. If we can't work it out, simply just unsub and go your merry way. Like I said, and this is another thing too. There's not going to be any more negativity on this channel either. I'm trying to do my thing on this channel. And I finally got to the point where I'm doing okay with what I'm doing. I don't need people coming on here with negativity, you know. I want this channel to be a great drama-free channel. I appreciate what you said. Yes, I'm trying to be. I am kind and I'm upfront. But the thing is, this happened last year about the channel being attacked, and sometimes I have to come on here and have to go over the rules again because we get new subscribers and they don't know what the rules are. And the only drama that you're going to see on this channel is what you see in the courtroom. What's going on with a defendant, a plaintiff, and that judge. That's all you see on this channel. It's the drama between a plaintiff, a defendant, and the lawyers and the judges. That's it. And again, let's set an example for the hater channels, because I know the hater channels are still out there. Okay, so let's set an example with this channel and show them that we can love each other and be friends and love each other and have a channel that's not full of garbage and trash and drama and bullshit and fighting and picking fights, because I won't have it. And this is a copyright notice, because I noticed some people said, "Oh, we have your content." Okay, this is a copyright notice. Okay, you do not have permission to use any clips, images, sound bites, or whatever from live streams or video content that I make on this channel. If I see it, I will file a copyright complaint. You do not have my permission, and you can't claim fair use. And includes my image. And these are the basic rules for. These are just the basic rules of what. This is what I expect out of you guys. All I ask is, number one, you be respectful to me, the host, and two, you be respectful to each other in the chat. That's it. Two simple things. And if you can't be good and act like responsible adults on this channel, I will ban you from the channel. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin a good experience with bad behavior that you're doing and ruin it for other people who are trying to enjoy this channel. And believe me, there are people who enjoy watching this channel. Hmm. And then again, here's one too. Um, don't bring other channel drama here either, because if you go to this channel and they're starting drama about something, don't bring it here, because I don't want to get caught in the crossfire. And that seems to happen. That seemed to happen last year. I got caught in the crossfire between certain channels, and it's not going to happen again. Of course, you don't have the permission to use my image. um, that includes screenshots too. Now, come on, guys. Let's hit the 500. Let's hit the 500 mark on this channel. Last time I looked, this channel had 98 subscribers. So let's try to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this year. Before the end of 2026, I'd like to see this channel at 500 subscribers. That would let me partially monetize. But if we don't get there, I would just keep going and going and going and going. I'm not going to quit. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I will try to answer your questions if I can. If I can't answer a question, I'll tell you I can't answer it or I don't know. Of course, this channel uses Restream to stream live, and then I use OBS Studio to. These notes are old. I pulled these notes out a couple of days ago. Of course, this we use OBS. I use Restream to stream live, and then I use OBS to make video content. And again, please understand that doing these live streams is not easy. So please be patient. So please be patient with me. None of the doing this is not easy. It requires a lot of work. And giving up on this channel is something that I would never do. Never ever. I thought about it. I created another channel for the court and nothing was happening with it. So I just came back to this channel. I'll let this channel grow. I'll work on this channel and make this channel grow. If I don't make it work, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up. Because I know there's people out there that actually watch my content, watch my court content, and if I stop, they're going to stop. Where am I? Of course, again, now a moderator status. Now, being a moderator on this channel is a privilege. However, I will not remove your moderator status unless you don't do your job or you're abusing your power. And so far, I have a few moderators that don't show up like they used to. But you know what? I'm giving them leeway on that. I'm not going to get mean. I'm not going to take away their moderator status because they're not here, because that's not right. Unless they ask me to do it because they can't be a part of the channel, that's one thing. I'm not going to do it out of spite. And this happened last year, and I know you're going to laugh at this, but this is somebody came in here and was asking for personal information of myself and other people. Now, I'm going to say this straight out. This is not a dating channel. Please don't come in and start asking for personal information. And if you ask, I'm 56 years old. So do the math. All right. And this is a reminder to everybody on here. that we do not attack other people on this channel. If, of course, I see it, you'll be automatically banned. We don't attack people on this channel. And I've seen it before. And then again, I used to endorse other YouTube channels on my channel. I'm not endorsing other YouTube channels on this channel anymore. Unless you are a really personal, close friend of mine, or you are somebody that's close to my channel, that's starting out a new channel, and you're a moderator or you're a subscriber to this channel, and you ask me, that's a different thing. But I was shouting out people, and they turned on me. So it's like I said, I'm not doing the shout outs anymore on other YouTube channels. Of course, the stream schedule is 3:00 p.m. Eastern, 4:00 Central Time every day. So I had a doctor's appointment today. That's why I wasn't here at 3:00. But I'm here now, and we're gonna. Even if I do a 30-minute live stream, at least I'm getting the point across. And if I have new content that goes out every other day, it goes out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't even know why I left that on there. Of course, I'm going to do a live stream on Sundays. And again, this is a big thank you to the people who do watch my content on this channel. I really do appreciate you. And you really are helping this channel grow by watching. My views are up, but my watch time hours are down, of course. But we can, as this channel progresses, I think as we keep working on this channel, it's going to grow. And again, and another thing too, I'm not gonna ask other YouTube channels to promote this channel. I won't do it because sometimes you bring the wrong people. I promoted this channel had this channel promoted on different channels, and it brought nothing but heartache and problems to the channel. That's why I don't do it. I want this channel to grow because of the algorithm. Let the YouTube algorithm come in and hit it hard. Because I rather have the channel grow by the algorithm and not being promoted by other channels. Because like I said, you bring the riffraff in here, and then the riffraff starts trouble, and then this channel gets trashed. And something that I have seen recently, and this is hatred. I hate to say this. I've seen hatred between YouTube channels. And other content creators. Now, look, we are creators. We are content creators. We should be helping each other instead of fighting amongst ourselves. And that I agree with 100%. Now, I started a YouTube channel. I've been doing videos and live streaming since 2015. So I know all about YouTube. I know how YouTube works. But the thing is, if you're fighting between, you've got hatred and you're fighting between other YouTube channels and other creators, how is that helping that other creator? That's spreading negativity. Look, we are content creators, all of us, and we need to work together to help each other. This fighting and all this garbage that goes on needs to stop. And a wise YouTuber told me a couple months ago, that bygones be bygones. And I 100% agree with that. I 100% believe in letting bygones be bygones. Now, of course, this channel brings real court cases and real judges, and I enjoy bringing this content to you. And now, this is something that I normally wouldn't bring up, but there were some individuals that were banned on this channel. At one time, they were banned. When I recreated this channel, when I created this channel, they were banned. But, however, they are no longer banned on this channel and are welcome to come back and join the channel if they can behave themselves. I do not like banning people from my channel. Just come in and conduct yourself like adults. That's all I ask. Oh, I heard something too. I heard it through the rumor mill, or Mr. out of Judge Middleton's, in one of Judge Middleton's things, that I think he's retiring at the end of this year. So I think Judge Middleton is retiring at the end of this year, which would be sad. But of course, I wish him well in his journey in life. Somebody did ask me who my favorite judge was on this channel. My favorite judge is Judge David Flesher. I like Judge Flesher. He's tough, he's compassionate, he tries to help you, but if you screw up, he's going to lock you up. And of course, some people will disagree with me, but this channel did rise like a phoenix out of the ashes. And we have moved on from all the drama and the garbage that happened earlier last year. It's a new channel with a new perspective. Hmm. I don't want to keep bringing up the past, but I will say this. I am not okay. I don't want to bring up the past, but okay, what happened last year? Yes, I'm partially responsible for it. You can't blame everything 100% on what my actions were, because there was other people's actions that caused me to do what I did. And because of all the drama and the bullshit, I lost a friendship with somebody that I will probably never be able to recover. And I'm very upset about that. Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment today, John, and I just want to come on here for a few minutes and talk about the old rules and talk about some new things. So, again, it's like I said, what happened on the channel last year Maybe lose a friendship that I'm never going to be able to recover. It's because people told me different things. But I guarantee you, I'm watching every minute. I'm watching that chat every minute, and I can watch it. So don't think because I'm watching what I'm being presented to you on the channel. I have my phone here with the chat open. I'm watching. Don't think you can slip one by me. And please listen to these words that I'm saying to you right now. Okay? I want to make myself perfectly clear on this. Any misbehavior of anyone on this channel will get you timed out the first time. And if you continue that behavior, you will end up being banned. So do me a favor, act like responsible adults when you are on here. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Act like responsible adults when you're on here. Now, some moderators were downgraded to standard moderators, which means they still have moderator status, but they're not managing moderator status. And I just don't see the necessary to have a whole bunch of managing moderators when standard moderators can do the job of timing out somebody if need be. There's no drama on this channel anymore. There's no trouble on this channel anymore. And like I said, it's like I said, the only managing moderator is Trin. So if you're in here on the weekend and she's here, watch your P's and Q's. Because she's been instructed by me. Any person that misbehaves, time them out. If they continue, ban them. Now, I found my niche doing the court stuff, and I will continue to do so in the future. So, in other words, yeah, I'm bringing this court content stuff to you. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, very funny, John. Now, this is something that, yeah, I got, as soon as I did that, the word got out. Uh, Now, there have been channels in the past, and they and their songs are still on their channel. They made AI songs about me, my channel, to destroy my channel and my reputation as a YouTube creator. Well, you know what? I consider you hate for me and my channel to be nothing but bullying and childish. Yep, childish. Yeah, Trin's a managing moderator. She's the only one that's a managing moderator. All the rest of them are standard mods. But like I said, I find that if you're gonna make AI songs, trying to destroy me and my channel. I find you to be a bully, and I think you're childish. And if you want to do something like that, maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube. Technically, that's harassment and bullying, which is a violation of YouTube's terms of service. And of course, I'm going to be reporting it as harassment and bullying if I see it. And this is a reminder to certain people, if you have clips, have any content from this channel, you need to delete it from your computer because you don't have my permission to have it. You didn't ask permission. You just took clips, which is content that's copyright protected under YouTube. If I see it, I want to copyright you. Let's see what trouble we can get into. So that's it for, as far as just going, excuse me. Yeah, John, Trin's a managing mod, and all the rest of them, she's the head mod. Trin's the head mod, and all the rest of them are just the other three are managing mods. Because Trin's been with me for over a year. Oh, let's see what we can. I don't want to get copyrighted. Oh, we can do a little miscellaneous. Let me see if Judge Middleton did anything today. Oops. Oh, come on. Where is it? I just saw it on here. Jeffrey Middleton. January 9th. Let's see if he did anything live today. No, he didn't do anything live today. That's unusual. So let's see what we got in our playlists. Let's see what we got under miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Yeah, she is, John. She is. We're gonna kind of do. This is Judge Simmons. This is Judge Simmons. I didn't want to do less than an hour. I'm gonna try to get it within an hour. Of course, I'm gonna be watching. Share screen. Make this bigger.
Do you know how to pronounce your client's last name, Mr. Rowley?
It's the Gmail.
Okay, City of Lansing versus Luis Gimele, 25L2944-791. Appearances.
Your Honor, Patrick Wood on behalf of the City of Lansing. Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Gmail, who's present to my right.
Okay, Mr. Gimele was supposed to appear today for disobeyed police officer directing traffic. There was an error in the administration and there was no interpreter requested. So this matter was reset to September 23rd. Yeah, September 23rd. Are we able to communicate that with your client at all?
I think I can use my phone, Your Honor,
Okay,
outside the court.
and we'll get you a notice to appear, okay? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. City of Lansing versus Macy, you said it was Casares? Casares, 19L2521163, appear please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Ms. Casares, who's standing to my right.
Ms. Casares has a failure to display a valid license. 2019, how are we proceeding?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant has presented a valid license, and this being the first setting, even though it's a 2018 case, the city moves to dismiss this matter.
No objection.
This is dismissed, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, are we ready with McCool?
Yes, Your Honor. She's present in the jury box.
City of Lansing versus Devani McCool, 24-03348, 24L2902731, appearances please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of the city, who's standing to my right. If I may approach.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, Mrs. McCool, the offer from the people is to dismiss 24-03348, which is the first false information, if you plead guilty to the open intox passenger, assuming that this P is for.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Yes. You can put your hand down. There's an advice of rights and plea information sheet. That's your signature, ma'am.
Yes.
And you went over these rights and understand these rights, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No.
You have the right to take this matter to trial, and you have the right to jury trial. You're presumed innocent until proven guilty, and you can require the city prove each element of the charge brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that? Yes. You have the right to see, hear, or question any witness called to testify against you by the city. You have the right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf, or you can waive your silence and testify on your own behalf at trial. You understand that?
Yes.
Anyone forcing you to give up these rights and plead guilty to the open intox?
No.
Has there been any coercion or promises to get you to plead guilty to the open intox?
No.
Okay, as to the open intox, how do you plead? That's on a basis.
Thank you. Ms. McCool, is it true that on or about November 3rd of 2024, you were present in a vehicle as a passenger near South Cedar Street and Riverfront Drive?
Yes.
And is that in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And is it true that while you were in a passenger in that vehicle on the public roads, that you were in possession of an open container of alcohol?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
The board satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be voluntarily and intelligently made. I don't think she really has any time, maybe one day.
I think it's only one day, Your Honor. She went into custody about 4 days after her arraignment here, and unfortunately, we weren't aware of that, so I learned today she was in custody, so I never made the request to amend bond. I don't know if it's within the court's discretion here to grant credit for time served. That would be my request. If not, I would ask the court to limit it to 5 days.
Try it one day.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Who's representing Mr. Washington?
It's me, Your Honor.
This is the matter of the city of Lansing versus DeMarco Washington, 25-01535, 25L2944141. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Jacob Brown on behalf of Mr. Washington, who's present to do so.
Mr. Washington has an expired license and operating while intoxicated. We reset this matter so that he could get substance abuse assessment. Was that taken care of?
As of now, Mr. Washington is actually scheduled to do his assessment interview tomorrow, September 3rd, so it should be completed very soon. Requesting another adjournment so we can do
They would have no objection.
October 7th at 10:30.
October 7th at 10:30. You have any questions for the court today, sir?
No, no, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel? Carlos Williams failed to appear. Jacayla Williams failed to appear. Is all the Williams scheduled for show cause today? Nishea Williams failed to appear, and Paige Williams failed to appear. Waves appearance.
He's fine with that. I'm fine with that. I believe the city's fine with that.
You see the one that would look like he's on a bus?
Yeah, he was on third class.
On the record in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Samuel Antongana, 25-02417. Appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Antongana, whose presence I am waiving this morning.
It was a date scheduled for pre-trial. This is for trespassing.
The city has made an offer to reduce to a civil infraction breach of the peace once Mr. Antongana completes 8 hours of community service. He is willing to do that. We would just be requesting some time for him to complete those hours. I think 30 to 45 days should be plenty sufficient for him.
Is he in?
He is a full-time student. I believe he also has a part-time job as well.
No, he's a student online.
Might not have in person, but I didn't ask him specifically when I spoke with him.
Until the magistrate, she wrote it in here. In 30 days to 8 hours.
Thank you.
October 7th at 10:30.
We'll start at 10:30.
You food and city restitution.
Is this young lady?
Jacayla Williams. Yes.
Oh, one of the Williams I just handed over because they said all the Williams were short today for some reason. Thank you. City of Lansing versus Jacayla Williams, TV 250292608. Williams, you have a show cause today for a expired meter. Failure to pay, let's see. Now up to $114. Why haven't you paid this, ma'am?
At first, I didn't even know I got the ticket, and so they sent me a letter.
Okay,
I would say I knew I shouldn't have parked there, but I also wasn't trying to drive on the road because I was upset.
I'm not following. You shouldn't have parked where, ma'am?
The fish ladder. I think that's for the parking.
Oh, okay, but the meter was expired, so it wasn't that you couldn't park there, it said you didn't put in the parking meter. So that's originally a $15 ticket.
Yeah, I got it when it was 30, so I didn't even know it was 15. I got it in the mail.
Okay, but you've since seen the magistrate on this, it says. So you saw the magistrate back in May. At that point, the ticket was $65. And here we are in September, it's now 114. You pay $65 today. If you pay $65 today, I'll waive the balance. you to the window so you can make a payment, okay? You're welcome. L2683131, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lincoln.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Davis, who's present to my right.
Okay, Mr. Davis has a driving while license is expired. Here back in 2022, and the defendant believed that this case should have been dismissed, and then we did not see him. So how are we proceeding on this?
At this point, we learned that Mr. Davis's license may be suspended.
It's suspended, but it's suspended now, or this is from 2022.
I think the city attorney just checked and it was suspended currently.
What was going on in 2022? He come at August 29, 2022, was his license valid?
I don't believe so, but he tells me he thought that might have been an error, so we didn't look into it too deeply. I think he lived out of state for a period of time.
He thought the ticket was an error in 2022?
No, not the ticket, Your Honor. I got a letter in the mail stating that there was an error from the Secretary of State and to disregard, and that on that letterhead, it had the number, the case number and everything from them that corresponded with the one here. I did come up here and I tried to get it taken care of, and nobody could tell me one way or the other. I showed them the paperwork and everything in 2022, and they said they were going to get over it.
Who said they were gonna get a hold of who?
I talked to the judge and prosecutor, I do believe.
What judge? Because I was the judge, and I know I didn't say I was gonna.
No,
get
it
a hold
was
of the Secretary of State.
I've never been in front of you.
You have been before me. August 29th, almost 3 years to date, to be
Right.
honest. You were before me. I reset it because you said you believe this case should have been dismissed.
Okay.
We reset it for September 12th at 11 a.m., but you failed to appear. You
Okay.
saw the magistrate August 8th, 2022, after failing to appear February 7th, 2022. You could not recall why you failed to appear. And then this has been in warrant status. I was trying to see if your license was expired or if your license was valid as of August 29th, 2022.
At this point, I can't tell you that 100%. I do believe it should have been, because I've never had a problem with my license. Except for.
Do you see suspension, or when did this license become suspended?
Was a cancellation really in June of 22, still on a suspension hold from a failure to comply on a citation 21L268. On this matter,
That's this case.
yep, as well
So
as
this case suspended the license?
a August 2 state withdrawal. No, that's probably just one posted twice. No, two, not a state withdrawal as well out of Tennessee. Appears to possibly be 2 infractions. It's hard to read that correctly, but it's the same date.
Tennessee is suspending his license?
Failure to show insurance and failure to appear for trial and or court.
And what year was that?
22 as well.
So
June.
it's a state fee on the no proof of insurance here. Yep, you didn't pay your no proof of insurance on Secretary of State ticket here. You didn't pay your fee. But the concern I have is that he doesn't come back to court. This is twice that he's not come back to court for a period of time.
Well, I will, Your Honor.
I'm sorry,
I will, Your Honor.
how do we know?
But my word, but I'm going right from here to take care of it at the Secretary of State.
Okay, you have citations here that you can't pay the Secretary of State, you gotta pay him here at that window.
And which one? It's from this ticket. which
You owe
is-
$258 on a ticket.
Because the civil.
Okay. Which is
$258.
158. Now, that's what I would need today. Take care of that.
You would need to pay that to get that cleared.
Right. That I pay here, then it'll be cleared out.
Yeah, once you pay it here, then because the Secretary of State suspended it because you failed to come to court
Okay,
and pay the fine. And so, you pay that, and then the court will send a clearance to the Secretary of State. How long is it gonna take you to pay that, or to clear your license?
I need at least 2, maybe 3 weeks. I'm waiting, I'm finishing up the job today, and I can't tell you that they'll pay me right away. I'm hoping. So I just want to give myself plenty of time. I'll have plenty of money after that gets paid. And of course, I'm sure there's a reinstatement fee. I'm assuming. Or reading.
Probably a renewal fee, I don't know about reinstatement fee, but nonetheless. Your address is what, sir?
4230 Stone Highway.
Phone number ends in 0167.
Pardon me, what was that?
Your phone number ends in 0167.
Yes, but I do believe on my piece of paper, it's supposed to be 224, not 240. I just talked to Mr. Rowland. Mr. Rowland.
Oh, so we both have the same incorrect number for some reason. Okay. 517, that was the
Yes,
area code?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can get a date.
October 7th.
October 7th at 11.
That's next week.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
You're all set, sir. Who's in the jail? Is that Ford?
I got like 3 folks in custody.
On the record, in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Maria Milliken, 25-01320, appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Milliken, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Ms. Milliken was here before me June 17th. She was working on her license. The offer from the city was to dismiss if license was reinstated. Is the license reinstated?
It is, Your Honor.
I have confirmed, Your Honor. That was dismissed, even though she did. Here, the city is prepared to honor our law.
Also wasn't that it would be withdrawn if she failed to appear. When you fail to appear, I don't know why the city attorney's office always likes to take the position that they can penalize someone for that.
And if we're going that route, Your Honor, she missed her morning hearing on 8/5. She appeared before the magistrate that afternoon to address it.
You're not the first city attorney that's done this. It's like, if it fails to appear, the court takes care of that.
It absolutely does.
It's not the city's, if your offer is contingent on that, then you put that in the offer. But the reason why I just started writing the offers down is so that we can have continuity and an understanding of what the offer is for when they do come back. She did report to court on the 5th. She just was a little late. And nonetheless, her license is fixed.
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, the city's moving to dismiss. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Ford, I believe we are. City of Lansing versus Daryl Ford, 25-00680, appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Ford, who joins us via Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Ford has a driving license. How are we moving forward on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. The city has made an offer to amend to no operator's license on person. Mr. Ford is accepting that offer and will plead guilty to that today.
That is accurate, Your Honor.
Give me just a second, off the record.
Name is out, here we go.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Daryl Ford, 25-00680, appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Wood on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Ford, who joins us via Zoom.
Okay, and so Mr. Ford was going to accept the offer to plead guilty to amended no ops on person, correct?
That is correct.
Is that correct, Mr. Ford? So affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
So it's adjusting the light, not realizing.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. No, I learned that
camera
this
through a
weekend.
peephole? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the camera's set.
We're
too far.
struggling to see you because of the way the camera's set up, sir. That's all. Okay. You understand that you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
And your innocence and require the city prove each element of the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any witness called to testify against you, the right to call your own witnesses to testify on your behalf, and the right to present evidence that you believe show a defense of this charge. You understand that?
All right, let's talk about that. This city docket with Judge Kristen D. Simmons was a mix of efficiency, humor, and patient teaching.
This is case 22 CR 1144. Mr. Eason is present in court. He is accompanied by his attorney, Mr. Troy Murphy. He was last before the court on February 27th when he entered a plea of guilty to felonious assault, felony of the second degree, along with an accompanying 3-year firearm specification. He also pled guilty to a domestic violence and child endangering, both misdemeanors of the first degree. At the time of the plea, the court ordered a pre-sentence investigation report along with a victim impact statement. Those having been accomplished and delivered, we are here today for sentencing.
All right, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, may it please the court, we would ask this honorable court to impose the minimum possible term of incarceration in this matter. We understand Mr. Eason is subject to a mandatory 3-year term for the firearm specification. And I apologize, Your Honor, I'm recovering from an illness, so I will apologize in advance for my coughing. Your Honor, Mr. Eason is a young man with no criminal history. He has 2 outstanding warrants from Cleveland from the same time frame of October 13th of 2022, Your Honor. We are dealing with those. However, we were waiting on the conclusion of this matter to do so. Your Honor, Mr. Eason, prior to October of 2022, had no criminal history, Judge. It had no interaction with law enforcement. Your Honor, he was full-time employed at Target. He was a manager, I believe, in the guest services department. Worked full-time. He had steady employment history. Excuse me, Judge. Mr. Eason also had a good family life. His parents are here in the courtroom, Your Honor. His father and mother sitting behind me. He had a young child. He was in a relationship with a young lady who is the victim in the incident case, Your Honor. And, Your Honor, Mr. Eason had a bad lapse in judgment on a individual particular morning in October of 2022. Your Honor, he acknowledges what he did was wrong. He understands that he obviously should not have slashed the individual's tires. Your Honor, he also understands he in no way, shape, or form should have possessed a firearm in this incident. Your Honor, I will note that although we acknowledge the dangerousness of him actually possessing the firearm, so as Mr. Eason explains to me, he never intended to intentionally shoot or fire that firearm. It's my understanding, Your Honor, that he came up to the vehicle to the left rear passenger door, tapped the weapon on the window. In so doing, as he expresses to me, he caused him to pull the trigger and the firearm went off, Your Honor. He understands the seriousness of the incident. He understands how bad it could have been. He understands that this bullet entered the rear left passenger window, traveled through the right front passenger headrest and out and exited the vehicle through the right front passenger window. Had a passenger been in the right front seat, Your Honor, we would be here on much different charges. Had that firearm gone off a couple feet to the right, where his 4-year-old daughter was sitting in the center of the rear seat, or gone off a couple of feet to the left, where his child's mother was sitting in the driver's seat, we would be here on much different charges and under many different circumstances. Your Honor, fortunately, that didn't happen, but Mr. Eason still now has learned and sees the results of the dangerousness of simply even possessing a firearm. It has the ability to go off whether you intend it to or not. Now, granted, yes, he grabbed the firearm, he brought it to the car. He doesn't dispute that, but he did, at least so as he explains to me, and as I think he'll explain to the court, he did not intend to fire that firearm, Your Honor. Your Honor, we would also ask this honorable court to take into consideration Mr. Eason's medical conditions. Mr. Eason suffers from the most serious ailment is sickle cell anemia, Your Honor. I think this court's well aware. This court has been very gracious in considering prior communication from Mr. Eason's medical providers. This court has been very accommodating and helpful in ensuring he gets the proper care at the jail, and Mr. Eason and I both appreciate that, Your Honor. I don't want to belabor that and really make his medical issue a huge part of the record, but he does suffer from sickle cell anemia, Your Honor. So as I was just recently informed, it's my understanding Mr. Eason had some tests run last week that there is some concern with his hemoglobin and some other results with his blood scores being extremely low. It's my understanding from Mr. Eason that he needs surgery for gallstones. He also is suffering from cirrhosis of the liver and also has some ulcers that need to be taken care of, Your Honor. Your Honor, it's my understanding, again, I don't have anything to present to the court because this was presented to me recently. I could certainly get that for whatever it's worth and submit it post this hearing. That Mr. Eason does need surgery. There have been some concerns, at least as conveyed to me through Mr. Eason, that his attending physicians or surgeons have some concerns given his sickle cell anemia and his ability to properly heal in an incarcerated setting. They believe, at least so I've been informed, Your Honor, that it would be advantageous and extremely much more beneficial and less risky for him to recover in a hospital setting, is my understanding, Judge. I don't know if there are other forms of placement for his recovery that the physicians would find more less risky for him. Your Honor, we would ask this honorable court.
If you've got an old roof that you've been thinking about replacing, or you know it needs to be
to take into account the fact he does have a child. He would like to see that child at some point. We understand that she was also one of the individuals in the vehicle, and that Mr. Eason displayed a lack of judgment with her present. That being said, he would at some point like to try to reintegrate himself into her life so that he knows that, so that she knows he is a loving father. Your Honor, we would ask this honorable court beyond the mandatory minimums to impose the minimum sentence above and beyond the mandatory minimums. Your Honor, I do also believe Mr. Eason's mother and father and Mr. Eason would like to make a statement.
All right, who do you want to go first?
Your Honor, if we could have Mr. Eason's father, Charlie Rogers.
All right, just state your name and tell me whatever it is you want me to know, okay?
Hello, Charlie Rogers. I'd just like to thank you, first of all, Your Honor, for giving him opportunity to get the medical attention that he needed. Second of all, you know, I'd like to say my son, all his life, he never did anything wrong. You know, he's not the monster that they're trying to make him to be. He's a real good guy. He met the lady when he was 16 years old. She was 19. You know, so she's a lot older than he is. And she came to me one day, I was working on a lawnmower, told me that she was pregnant. That was a bad decision he made there. But in this bad decision, what he's in now, it's only 2 bad decisions he ever had in his life. But in between time, when he had that child, he was the one taking care of that child. All the time. And I was proud of him doing the right thing, taking care of his child. I'm sorry that he had a bad situation. I apologize for him, for our whole family, his whole family. thank you for giving him the medical attention that you have gave him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, I believe the mother, Bernice Eason, would like to speak.
Yes, I wanted to say that, I know he made a mistake or whatever, but my son, he's, smart individual, he's good in school. He is sick. I just want to make sure he get his medical care. And we took care of his baby's mother, which is Aileen. I'm still taking care of her because she's staying with my daughters. So I don't have no animosity towards none of the family. But it's like to me, they act like they never loved him, but they did. And they knew he was a good he was a good partner to her until the later days that led up to what happened. So, I mean, she always had a good life because she always stayed with us. And I still see her. I still see Aileen. I just saw her last week. And, she don't have any animosity towards us either. So I just want him to get the medical treatment that he needs. And I apologize for whatever happened because I don't condone bad things or whatever because I love both of them. I mean, all three of them. My granddaughter, Aileen, and my son. I just want him to get some help, like if he can go to some programs or something like that. Or if he could get a bracelet or in probation or something so he can get the medical care he needs. Because they said that in the hospital, in prison or whatever, in jail, he probably wouldn't recover good. So that's the only thing I want to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Eason, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence in this case?
First and foremost, Your Honor, I am sorry for what happened. I never intend to, hurt my daughter or my fiance. I love them. I've been taking care of them for 7 years now. And meeting her was the best thing that ever happened to me. And having my daughter, I love my daughter and her so much, words can't even explain. Just be with them every day. And my daughter it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. My daughter, I know she misses me. I've always been with her, taking care of her every day. I know she misses me now. And I know that day she was really, really, really scared, spooked. And my fiance, I know the dangers I put them in, and I shouldn't have even had the firearm to begin with. We also, I know we've been going through a lot of stuff, and I know they know I love them with all my heart, and I'm sorry. I'm also sorry that I even brought that danger near them. I truly didn't mean for any of this to happen. I know it was a stupid decision. I know I would give anything to be with them again and see them again and talk to them and just hear their voice. Like I said, like my mom and dad said, I've always been a good person. I've never been in trouble. Aileen knows that. My daughter, the rest of my family, her family. Through everything she's been through, I've been there for her 100%, every step of the way. Even when...
If you have constant ringing
through all my sicknesses, she's been there. I have no animosity towards her, whatever the case may be. Or even her parents. I love her parents. I love them all. Well, my heart, they're my family. But the case at hand, like, I really truly wish, like, I never had it and never brought any of that around him. And even put him in that situation. This even shocked me, like, I would never thought this would even happen. I'm very sorry that I put them in that position and scared them like that. And I just give anything to be around them again and be with them again. And like my health, again, I do want to be in my daughter's life and see her. Like, I don't want her to have to grow up without a father. That's one of the things that, like, my nieces and nephews are going through right now. They just lost their father. I'm scared for her to go through that. And my fiance too. I know she still loves me. I still love her. And I know, honestly, she would want both her parents to get along and be together. And yeah, I really don't want my daughter or them to even go through what they're going through right now. And I really ask what my attorney's asking, see if I can get the medical treatment I can get, or like my mom asked, or make sure I'm good with keeping up with things and being responsible. I am responsible, and I own up to everything. And also, like, even if it's a minimum sentence or house arrest or probation, I can keep up with it all, and I'm gonna always do my best with it, just so I can, even work towards being with them again. I know, like, I'll never own any weapon or firearm, like you told me. No issue with that. And that's the most thing I want of all, is just to be with my family again, and my mom and dad, my daughter, and hopefully my fiance again, and rekindle all of our families together and our relationship. And I just want them to know that I love them, always will. I'm sorry, and that I truly wish none of it ever happened.
All right, thank you. Smulgan?
Your Honor,
I'm sorry,
the victim, Aileen Winlock, and her daughter, Honesty, are not present in the courtroom. However, Aileen has submitted a written statement that she has asked that Gianna Johnson, victim advocate from our office, be allowed to read in the courtroom. If she could do that now.
Okay.
Thank you. The way this offense has impacted my life is I developed post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, nightmares, depression, and heartbreak. My daughter and I were too traumatized to keep my old car. I had to drive my mother's car to keep from having flashbacks, panic attacks, and to keep Honesty more comfortable to be in the car with me because she was going through the same thing. My mother, Honesty, and I are going to counseling to help us get past this. Trying to understand what went wrong when all I did was love you through it all and tried to continue to have our family with you. I never thought you would ever in your life do something so psychotic to me and your daughter. I'm working on forgiving you for everything you've put me through when we were together. I don't hate you even when I should, but I actually pray for you. Never wanted this for you. However, when it comes to Honesty, I won't keep her from you, and I'll allow her to make her own decisions when it comes down to her wanting to see you when she gets a little older. Thank you.
Thank you.
And also, Aileen's grandmother and Honesty's great-grandmother is present in court. Would you like to speak?
Yes.
If that would be okay.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm Benita Irwin,
Aileen's grandmother. And I wanted to say at this time, it was a shock for me to see Devontae's behavior toward my granddaughter. I was not aware of the things he was doing to her. I did not know.
3 signs your car accident
And her dad did not know as well, but he had been doing a lot of physical to her, which I was very shocked at his behavior because he seems to be a very quiet and nice person, because I have kept honesty on several times along with his mom. And like I said, Aileen going through this has been, I've seen a big change in her. I've been with her ever since she was born. And this girl did love him and tried to do for him, stood by his side several times when he would have his crisis with his sickness. She would be there for him. She would also, like Bernice has said, they did stay with her, which is correct. And she knows them from staying with them. But, Your Honor, I never knew that he could do these things. I never was so shocked when I heard that he had shot through the window and honestly was in the back and she was driving. I was so overwhelmed by this because I never knew this was in him. But I have forgiven him of what he has done toward my granddaughter, and I'm glad that she is willing to forgive him also. But she is still now suffering some of the things that has happened. She has, like she said, panic attacks, honestly cries, just starts crying for no reason and won't tell anybody, and then later she tells us it's because her dad shot through the window. So she doesn't understand what has happened, but we understand, Your Honor, what has happened to her. And I am so speechless and surprised of his behavior. But I'm hoping and I'm praying he will get the help he needs for this so he can go on. He can go on to live a good life. And I appreciate all the things that his dad and mom has did for him and Aileen. And I'm just praying that throughout this, it will be a better day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mulligan.
Your Honor, I'd like for the court to have some understanding of the victim, Aileen Winlock, as a young woman in her early 20s, a mother of a young child, involved in a relationship with Devontae Eason for 6 years, though the families had known each other since these children were, the victim and the defendant were small children. There was an escalating pattern of domestic violence, and Aileen was the first to admit that she would engage as well, and it was combative between the two of them. But it wasn't until a couple days before this incident that the defendant put his hands around her throat, strangled her, and put his fingers in her mouth to prevent her from breathing, that she realized the person that she loved, the father of her child, was going to kill her. She was dependent on him. She was living off of his income and hers, living in his parents' home. But knowing the danger that she and her child were in, she had the strength to say, I must get away from this situation, and she left. She did what she needed to protect herself and what she thought she needed to do to protect her child. She went to her mother's home. The defendant called her, texted her repeatedly over and over and over again, and this young woman had the strength to not respond. You never see that, especially in someone so young and in a relationship that has deteriorated to this point. Despite her strength and her good choices, the defendant committed this act, not a lapse in judgment, not this something that happened. He made a decision to go to where he knew she was, to lay in wait, to slash her tires so that when she tried to get away, she would be prevented from getting away. He took a gun, he somehow pointed a loaded firearm at a human being, and then comes in here today and says, when I pulled the trigger, somehow I never really intended to fire it. Yet he admits to the police officers that guns don't go off by themselves. This is an extremely serious offense. And the pulling of the trigger wasn't even enough to pull him out of this. He chased her when he realized that that wasn't going to stop her. He pursued her. Based upon the seriousness of this crime and the profound disconnect that the defendant apparently has to that seriousness, as long as there is that disconnect, Aileen will be in danger. I believe that this crime mandates a sanction on the upper end of the range of the penalties for a felony too, along with the firearm specification. Thank you.
Thank you. I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the the victim impact statement. And I've listened to Mr. Eason, those in support of Mr. Eason, and Aileen's grandmother. You can remain seated.
Thank you, Judge.
I've considered the entirety of 29, 29, 11, 29, 29, 12, and 29, 29, 13. This, as I read through the pre-sentence report, appears that the events that took place on October 15th of last year were precipitated by what I believe was the evening before, when the physical altercation occurred, causing Miss Winlock to leave that residence and go to her mother's residence at Pine Ridge Apartments. The apparently surveillance information shows that you arrived at Pine Ridge about 5:19 a.m. on the 15th, and you brought a gun with you and some sort of knife or some device that was sharp enough to cut a tire. So why did you have a gun on that day at that time?
So I always carry around my case with it. So as I was trying to go through like what was going on, talk to her. I talked to her. First, it was her dad, her mom. I talked to them and about what was going on. So through her mom, she's agreed to even say some words to me. So that's why I had decided to go over there, and it was already still with me
What do you mean it was
in
still
my
with you?
car,
Is it always kept in your car?
in the case.
In what kind of case?
It's like I forgot what it's called, but it says a locksmith on it, I think.
Okay, so why is it always in your car?
Because I never keep it in the house around like my daughter or around my family or anything.
Okay, where in the car did you normally keep the gun in the case?
It's either always in the trunk or under my seat.
Okay. And so why, on the morning of the 15th, did you take the gun out of the case?
So it wasn't like that day, it wasn't in the case because it was unloaded. Like it was unloaded and everything. I had just kept it like always discharged. But that day it was loaded. And
Well, how did it get loaded if you always kept it unloaded?
no, so that day I had it in the back seat. I forgot to even unload it that day, because usually every day I would unload it even when I'm leaving the house or going into the house. But that day when I had just got off of work and I had wanted to know what was like, she agreed to talk to me for a little bit, so that's when I went over to talk.
All right, well, listen. You've told me a bunch of different things, that you always kept it in a case in the trunk.
The worst state to live in.
You told me that you always unloaded it.
Yeah, but
when did you load it such that, when did you load that firearm such that it was loaded on Friday morning, early Friday or early October 15th? When did you load it?
So that night it was already still loaded when I got off of work.
All right, well, if you always keep it unloaded, why did you load it the night before?
Because I was out to work. Because anytime I go to work or go to work, it's always loaded.
Okay. So are you telling me that on the morning of the 15th,
I never unloaded it that day.
that where was it when you got in your car to go to Pine Ridge Apartments? Where was the firearm?
Under the seat.
Under the seat.
Yes.
Out of the case?
Out of it.
You left it overnight in your car, out of the case, under the seat.
Yeah, I didn't usually when I come in the house, they have it on Ring camera. I have a camera at home. Like, I left everything I had in my car.
Okay.
And I never took it out, so I left.
And so when you get to Pine Ridge at about 5:19 a.m., when you park the car in the parking lot, where was the firearm?
It was still under the seat.
Why did you take it from underneath the seat?
I took it from under the seat because I just wanted her to like listen and talk to me. I wasn't even.
So you were going to use the gun to get her to talk to you?
No, I wasn't at all.
Okay. When you got there to Pine Ridge at 5:19 a.m., where did you park in relation to where her car was?
Where did I park?
Right.
I think it was behind her car.
All right. And how long were you there before you got out and cut her tire?
Probably like, I don't know, like an hour or two.
Why did you cut her tire?
It really was something like I did take my meds before anything. I'm not blaming it on that.
Well, you made a conscious decision to get out of your car and cut her tire, right? And that was to prevent her from leaving when she did come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? She came out not till about 3 hours after you got there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
With your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got out of the car with the gun and went up to her car, right? Right?
Yes.
Why did you have the gun when you got out of the car to go up to her car?
I didn't have it to hurt them or threaten them.
Why did you have it then?
I just wanted to, like, only had it just to even, like, even just to talk. Like,
why do you need a firearm to talk to her?
I don't. I just. I don't need it.
Okay, did you try to talk to her the night before, as Miss Mulligan has indicated, with multiple texts and phone calls, then she did not respond?
Yeah, because I wanted to know, like, what was going on with honesty in her. Like, if she was, I was genuinely asking if she was okay. I didn't know what happened to her.
She wouldn't respond to you, right?
No, but even when there's times that happen and we were okay, and there's times where I genuinely didn't know if she was, like, okay or not. So as indicated in the messages, I asked to see if she was okay or not.
Right, and she didn't respond to you, and you got mad, right?
No, I didn't. I was really worried, so I just called.
Worried would be showing up at the apartment, maybe waiting in the lobby without the gun, without a knife, to see if they were okay. Worried isn't exhibited by.
If the roof on your home has a leak or has
parking at her car, staying at your car, cutting the tire, and when she comes out, pull a gun on her so that she'll have to talk to you. The reason you cut the tire is so she couldn't leave, so she'd have to talk to you, right?
Right. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I didn't go in. I called her mom to talk to her mom, and I said, like, she told me, like, oh, Aileen is here with me right now, and I said, okay, can I come talk to her? She said, that's if she wants to talk to you. Then I went up there. I waited outside for a minute, and
I don't know that the surveillance cameras show that is what happened.
No, I didn't get out the car.
Okay.
So this is as I'm on the phone. I got off the phone, but she has someone that stays there that I can't, like, he wouldn't even let me come up. All
right, so
fiance.
That's beside the point, okay? My point is that you being concerned about whether your daughter was okay is not in any way exhibited by you cutting her tire to her car and then getting out of the car and having a gun in your hand visible to her. That is antithetical to you being concerned for your daughter.
Yeah, and I didn't even.
Now so you wanted to talk to her because she wouldn't talk to you. And cutting the tire and pulling the gun was your way to force her to talk to you. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, which was, I agree, is wrong.
Right. Deadly wrong. And in this case, damn near deadly wrong. Okay? And I don't know that I honestly don't know sitting here whether you grasp the seriousness of what you did. Because you nearly shot one or the other. And I don't know why you did that. I can only presume from all the stuff I'm looking at and listening to everybody today that you were royally pissed that she wouldn't talk to you. And not only whether you pointed the gun in the direction where the bullet went, whether you tapped on the window with the gun, which is extremely careless. Whatever way it happened really doesn't matter, okay? Because once that gun goes off, that ought to trigger in your mind, boy, what the hell did I just do, okay? But that wasn't what happened. What happened was she takes off in her car toward 91 and you take off after her. So you go there Friday morning first thing because you're pissed she wouldn't talk to you. So you slash the tires so she can't go anywhere. When she comes out, you pull the gun. The gun goes off, nearly striking her and or your daughter. That doesn't work. And then you begin to chase her down 91.
Okay, so when she pulled off, I went after her so she can stop, so she wouldn't like get into an accident. I've called her. I'm like,
that makes no sense.
No,
it makes zero sense that you begin an active chase so she wouldn't get in an accident.
At that moment, I was concerned for her even crashing, with honesty. And once the police came, I immediately pulled over, put on my hazards and pulled over.
You were very close to sitting here on an aggravated murder charge. Very close.
I know, and it's
all stemming from your relationship with her and the fact that this situation happened Thursday night and carries in on a Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The conduct that you exhibited nearly cost one of those two their lives. And that can't happen. You can't have a civilized society where people are taking shots at other people, particularly family members, anybody. Now, while you had a firearm for a legitimate reason, presumably, that doesn't mean you misuse that firearm for illegitimate reasons. That can't stand.
So,
what? Say what you want me to hear.
Yeah, I know, like, from when I did slash the tire, I do know, like, the dangers of even taking the gun to the car. I just wanted her to even talk to me, because usually we'll even talk about what's going on. And even, I agree, like, everything, like, me slashing the tire was wrong, and almost hurting my daughter and my fiance. That scared me too, and it clicked right after it happened, I was scared for their safety also.
Well, you should have been, because this escalated in specific steps and ratcheted up each time, from Thursday night to Friday morning through the end. This kept ratcheting up.
And
what you failed to consider when you did this is the impact it would have on her and your daughter.
yeah, mentally.
And I'm reading the impact statement, and it has had a profound effect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, after consideration of all the information and all the factors contained within the statute, on count one, the felonious assault, there's a firearm specification mandatory sentence of 3 years, which will be served prior to and consecutive to the sentence on the felonious assault, which I'm going to impose a definite minimum sentence of 5 years up to an indefinite maximum sentence of 7.5 years on the felonious assault, count one. On count three, I'm going to impose a sentence of 180 days in jail concurrent to count one. Count four, 180 days in jail concurrent with count one, with credit for 167 days served, and the costs are assessed. Upon your release, you'll be on post-release control for 5 years under the parole authority. They will place conditions on you. If you violate those conditions, they could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. If your violation is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for that violation. And the maximum sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time you have left under your post-release control. Is there anything further, Ms. Mulligan?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Murphy?
Your Honor, nothing from me, but Mr. Eason is indicating he would like to say.
That's going to be it for tonight, John. That'll be it for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow with the full court schedule. So you all have a good rest of your evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. And try to behave yourselves.